Michel, another elder, asked. The fact that there was fire from the object as it came down, Cordover said, joined to the fact that the fire stopped after the object was on the ground. Some being, I contend, was responsible for turning it off. Not necessarily, Michel said. The village men talked about it late into the night. Then they broke up the meeting, buried the various murdered wives, and went to their homes. Lying in the darkness, Cordover discovered that he hadn't made up his mind yet about the new thing. Presuming it contained intelligent beings, would they be mortal? Would they have a sense of right and wrong? Cordover doubted it, and went to sleep. The next morning, every male in the village went to the metal object. This was proper, since the functions of males were to examine new things and to limit the female population. They formed a circle around it, speculating on what might be inside. "I believe they will be human beings," Hum's elder brother, Esktel, said. Cordover shook his entire body in disagreement. Monsters, more likely, he said. If you take into account— "Not necessarily," Esktel said. "Consider the logic of our physical development. A single focusing eye—" "But in the great outside," Cordover said, "there may be many strange races, most of them non-human. In the infinitude—" "Still," Esktel put in, "the logic of our—" "As I was saying," Cordover went on, "the chance is infinitesimal that they would resemble us. Their vehicle, for example. Would we build—" "But on strictly logical grounds," Esktel said. "You can see—" That was the third time Cordover had been interrupted. With a single movement of his tail, he smashed Esktel against the metal object. Esktel fell to the ground, dead. "I have often considered my brother a boor," Hum said. "What were you saying?" But Cordover was interrupted again. A piece of metal set in the greater piece of metal squeaked, turned and lifted, and a creature came out. Cordover saw at once that he had been right. The thing that crawled out of the hole was twin-tailed. It was covered to its top with something partially metal and partially hide. Oh, and its color! Cordover shuddered. The thing was the color of wet, flayed flesh. All the villagers had backed away, waiting to see what the thing would do. At first, it didn't do anything. It stood on the metal surface, and a bulbous object that topped its body moved from side to side. But there was no accompanying body movements to give the gesture meaning. Finally, the thing raised both tentacles and made noises. "Do you think it's trying to communicate?" Michel asked softly. 3 more creatures appeared in the metal hole, carrying metal sticks in their tentacles. The things made noises at each other. "They are decidedly not human," Cordover said firmly. "The next question is, are they moral beings?" One of the things crawled down the metal side and stood on the ground. The rest pointed their metal sticks at the ground. It seemed to be some sort of religious ceremony. "Could anything so hideous be moral?" Cordover asked, his hide twitching with distaste. Upon closer inspection, the creatures were more horrible than could be dreamed. The bulbous object on their bodies just might be a head, Cordover decided, even though it was unlike any head he had ever seen. But in the middle of that head, instead of a smooth, characterful surface, was a raised ridge. 2 round indentures were on either side of it, and 2 more knobs on either side of that. And in the lower half of the head, if such it was, a pale reddish slash ran across. Cordover supposed this might be considered